Hey Kat, I would like to walk you through my idea for a guided onboarding experience in Claude Code. Let's start with the problem. So personally, I started using Claude Code around 2 months ago. It was very smooth to install it, and once I activated it in my code base, I just see this blank text box, and I had no idea what to do with it and how to best leverage it. I was stuck. Luckily, my husband was already using Claude Code for a couple months, so he gave me a quick overview and some tips. And ever since, I've been a big fan of Claude Code. I think this probably applies to a lot of other developers who may not have the time or the interest or the adventurous spirit to poke around to leverage this tool. So they may be missing its full potential and abandon before they see the value. And this is the problem that I would like to solve with the guided onboarding. I'd like to primarily target the startup developers who are curious about AI. They're working in team in 10 to 50 people on an existing code base that needs maintenance, and they are under increasing pressure to ship faster. And let's show them how they can leverage Claude Code to its full potential in just 5 minutes. Here I'm hopping over to a prototype that I built with Claude Code. I'm starting with a use case that is relatable to all the developers who have a production app. It's low risk and help us to show value immediately. We're telling the user to instruct Claude Code to find all spelling and grammar errors in the UI text. Here we're showcasing that you can talk to Claude Code like you talk to a human. No need to tell it how to do a thing, just tell it what you want. After user submits its command, they will see that Claude Code very quickly found 12 spelling errors and a bunch of other grammatical issues. In step 2, we're introducing this concept of auto-accept mode, which I personally found super helpful when I'm making low-risk changes, and it's pretty smooth. Here we tell people how to switch to the auto-accept mode by using Shift-Tab, turn on auto-accept, and then type fix all the spelling errors. And it truly feels like a magical experience. Not only did it found all the issues, it also applied the changes very quickly. We're adding a pro tip to help user build trust that they can review the changes with Git diff, showing that not only can you talk to it via natural language, but you can also use all the commands that you're used to in the terminal environment. At this point, the developer has already achieved a pretty good success in just a couple minutes. Let's help them amplify and celebrate the success by putting together a PR for the team review. I think this is my personal favorite moment, realizing that Claude Code just understands what make a PR means and compact all the Git commands that I used to manually type out. And very quickly, it creates a PR, lets the user to review and submit it. Okay, at this point, we're pretty much almost done with this tutorial, but we just want to showcase one more capability with Claude Code that you can use the plan mode for something that is a bit more complicated and challenging. So the task here is to standardize all the button text to sentence case. Well, let's first turn on the plan mode and then type in the command. And then different from the previous behavior where Claude Code just go ahead and makes the changes, now it's actually coming up with a pretty detailed plan. As a user, I can review it, approve that, and then Claude Code will follow this exact plan to do a diligent job fixing all the sentence cases in the button text. And this is it, a very quick tutorial showcasing how a developer could leverage Claude Code. We're ending it with a TLDR of the 3 modes that we introduced them to, and then the best use case for each of them, how they could leverage Claude Code. And then lastly, we're ending it with a quick tip to use /clear to clear the context before the next task. And then as the user is typing in the first slash in the keyboard, they will also see a bunch of other comments that could be handy when needed. So that is a quick overview of this guided experience. It progresses in complexity. We help the user learn by doing. We're building trust along the way, and then we're showing something that is immediately valuable to our users for the first time. So I just want to quickly talk about how I would roll this out and measure success. Obviously, this onboarding experience is only applicable to certain users. So here is a list of criteria that I would check before exposing them to this onboarding guide. And for this A/B test, there are two metrics that I would track. One is retention lift, and the other one is the onboarding completion rate. For retention lift, my hypothesis is that once we show users how to leverage the different modes and how to talk to it, we should see users becoming more engaged. So I would track the percentage of users who send at least 10 commands in week 2 post installation. And the success looks like a statistic lift in this retention. And the next metric is the onboarding completion rate. I want to make sure that people find value in this onboarding tutorial rather than quickly skipping through it. And then I'm targeting at least 60% completion rate for this tutorial guide for our eligible customer segment. And overall, I would roll it out and GA if 2 of my metrics meet the criteria. Well, that's all. Thank you so much for your time. And then I look forward to hearing what you think.